Okay, so I am about to do a tutorial on like a balayage technique. I'm sent this type of picture often, so it's a reason why I obviously wanted to do it. It's for this type of haircut, so it's like a choppy bob with like some tousled layers through it. And what I'm going to do, obviously it works differently. You'd use different things on different bases, but I'm going to, obviously her hair is quite, well in fact it's different both sides, so it will come out different both sides for that reason. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Jerome Russell Be Blonde Maximum Highlighting Kit. Now these come in different strengths. This is number 1, so this leaves 8 to 9 shades. There's 1, 2 and 3. So if you have trouble getting hold of them, obviously number 1 is the strongest and 3 is the weakest, but this is quite strong, this one. I need to use this one because her hair doesn't lift very well. But if your hair is light, then you'd go for the lesser one. If it's darker, it doesn't lift very well, then you'd go for the higher one. If you can only get one, don't worry about it, because I would just leave it on longer, like the strong, or leave it on less, depending on what you want it to do, because it's bleach, so you can sort of take it off whenever you're ready to. So don't stress too much. Just know which one you're using, because that is the strength of the peroxide. And then I'm going to use medium brown L'Oreal casted. So I'm going to, and yeah, so I've mixed up my bleach, and I'm just going to go in there, and I'm just going to go for it. So all you need is really a pintail comb and a section clip. I would suggest that maybe you get surgical gloves, because the gloves you get in any of these boxes are terrible. And because you're using your hands to paint this straight on the hair, it's really important that you're not flapping it everywhere. So if you're going to wear gloves, you need to wear surgical gloves. I mean, if you choose to braid it yourself, that's completely your decision. But yeah, that's up to you. So I'm going to take a section like this. So again, this is like a freehand technique. But this time I'm going to do it a little bit more chunkier, because we want to see the actual bits of colour going through. So, right, so I'm literally, see that's quite a chunky bit of hair. I would say do half of it, or do it in 2 sections. Okay, we're going to do the whole of it, but we're going to do it in 2 sections so that it doesn't stop and start in the same place. So we've got a section like this, and then, so it's about that deep. What is that? A finger deep and a finger wide, okay? And then we're going to split that in half, and then we're going to get the bleach, and we're going to go from the bottom like this. So we want it to be on the ends like that. And then we're going to brush it up like that. So as you can see, it's just on the bottom, and then it's just spread slightly up the top like that, okay? Now this one I'm going to go up a bit higher. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to go quite near the top, but if you look, most of the product is here, and I'm literally just using the side of the brush like that to comb it up. So we'll go up, and then I'm going to just turn it around, and I'm going to come up more here. Not right up to the top, so it's just blended out. And then what I would do is then get your dry, I've got a towel here, so I just keep drying my fingers, and then I'll pinch sort of the top and then smudge it down, so that at the top it's literally just really fine on the top there, because otherwise you don't want to get any splodges, you don't want to get it on the scalp. So the main bulk of the product is at the bottom, and then you use your towel, dry your hands, and then you get your next section. Okay, and then I'm going to go diagonal like this. Okay, so now I'm going to go, again, I want the front to have quite a like striking blonde bit. So I'm going to go next bit. I'm going to come down lower here. So you're going to get a more solid blonde on that front, and then it'll gradually, let's just make sure we've got enough on them ends there. Then miss out a bit, and then come here. We come up a bit higher again on this one.
Let's go back to that little place where we used to go.
Pinch that top bit. So you've just got enough product that it doesn't go on any of the hair. So like, I know that's sitting like that, but it's just like a paste on it. So it's not like seeping anywhere. It's really important that you haven't got blobs of colour everywhere, because it will literally lift wherever you put it. But that's what's so good about this bleach, is it does stay where you put it. Again, so we're going to go here. Like this. Okay, and then we're going to go miss out a bit, and we're going to go here. Okay, and then we're going to come like this. Okay, so we'll start here. So I want this bit to be a little bit thicker, but you need to be really careful. This is where your blending is going to be really important, because you don't want to have like a yellowy splodge and like a stop and a start. So it's really important that you blend it out properly. So you get your product on like that, and you using your fingers to comb that down, spread that down rather. Okay, then you've got less product on your brush here, but you're going to brush it up like that. But if you can see, it's literally hardly anything on it, because you just want to lift it, but you don't want it to, you want it to just blend. So we're literally with our fingers, look, like that. Blend that down. Lovely. Okay, here. So the reason I've started here instead of here is because I'm going to now, because this is going to be like rougher, I can now do these and it will like sit on that other hair. So again, here. To see who can trap for long. But this technique, like obviously you'll see how it comes out, and it won't be, on natural hair, it will be a lot brighter than what it comes out on here. These don't lift up that well. So bear that in mind when you're doing it on yourself. And I always say, do less the more, because it's, you know, the beauty of doing your hair yourself is that you can go back and do it again. I'd rather you be disappointed that it didn't come out bright enough than disappointed because it come out too much. It's so much easier to do more, to add more in after. Like, you know, you're saving a lot of money by doing it yourself anyway, so take your time. Like, don't try and think, right, okay, well, I'm saving the money, but I also want to have £150 balayage in, like, for the same money in the same amount of time. Like, you use the fact that you've got the time and you can build it up, and more that you can get it exactly how you want it. Because how many people come out of the hairdressers and are like, oh, that's not really what I wanted. This is what this whole school and me teaching you is not about money. It's about actually you having the control to get the hair that you actually want. So don't try and rush it. You know, there's, you know, good things take time, or great things take time.
Let's go back to that little place where we used to go in the summer days. We dip our feet at the water's edge, and
Okay, then I think we'll just do the ends on this bit.
We'll have a competition to see who can chat for longer. 'Cause every year my body's getting stronger. We can swim all day and dance until the night, but we're not coming home till the moonlight shines, till the moonlight shines. Do 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 do. Let's
I want that bit to go quite near the top up there.
where we used to go in the summer days. The lodge by the water's still my favorite place, and I could come every year and it wouldn't change.
But make sure it's still very blended. You're not, if you see, just you can see how there is hardly any product on that top bit. So now you'll be looking a bit like this. Okay, so we'll go here. I'm going to put a little bit on the ends here. Just on the end. Because once I've done all this, I'm going to then put the medium brown on the roots, and then I'm going to just leave it on the roots for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to massage it all through and use that as a toner. So we go back, we're only going to go back as far as we can, so I'll leave that bit and then we'll go to the top of the ear here. And I might come up a bit higher there.
We dip our feet at the water's edge, and everyone would come along to meet us there.
Okay, and then we're going to come across like this.
We'll have a competition to see who can chat for longer.
Just want that
'Cause
front bit.
every year my body's getting stronger. We can swim all day and dance until the night, but we're not coming home till the moonlight shines, till the moonlight shines.
Daylight. Here.
Let's go back to that little place where we used to go in the summer days. The lodge by the water's still my favorite place, and I could come every year and it wouldn't change.
So you can see how we're sort of going here. So it's like we've got them underneath, we've got the ends, and now we're sort of like skipping bits out so that you'll have that stronger blonde coming through, and then we're going to want it to be a little bit sort of balayage-y. So again, I'm only coming up to the top of the ear, like back of the ear, because that's the only place you can reach to. I'd literally have a picture of what you want to achieve in front of you, so you can literally see.
Let's go back to that little place where we used
To the ear, behind the ear there, just like where you can see it. Like so, you don't want to go, like you can pull this bit forward obviously and bring that round so you can see it. So and it always goes higher and then down to the bottom. So even if you're just like that, just a bit on the ends, your main thing is not splashing it anywhere and not stop and starting with the application. Just bring it to here, and then that just covers up the back, you see, so you don't actually need to go anywhere near underneath. And that's why I think, you know, a lot of people get bored and then they don't do it properly. Like that. Is that in? Yes, so you can see I'm only going to do one side because I just don't want to waste product when I'm going to. So like this, and then you're going to come like here. So you'll be able to reach all the way down to there. So then you just pull a bit like this, just where you can see it. That's all you need to do. Which you'll see when I'm finished. Right, and that's it. So you literally, I'll just show you where, I've literally just done that top layer. So that's the back. So you can see there's none, I've done none through the back here. All I've done is pull that forward here from the crown and just done the edges so that once it's dry, that will sit over the back and you'll just have some lighter tips, because that's how it works. It's going to be brighter coming down like that into just the tips at the ends. So I'm going to leave this to develop, and then once that's come off, I will show you it, and then I'm going to put the brown on the roots, 5 minutes, and then massage it all through. It's an exciting time. Okay, so I've washed out the bleach, and this is the result. Like I said, when you're lightening it, it never comes out, I think, because it's a mannequin head, and also obviously this is like a coppery colour as well, but you can see there how that is lightened up. So obviously, depending on what you're working on with this to start off with, but if you had dark hair or brown hair to start off with, what you would have here is you'd have a lot more definition. So where it's like copper, you can't really see because it all sort of blends into one. But if your hair was dark, you'd really see here, obviously the dark roots, and you'd see dark coming down here and so on through there because it's copper. But what I'm going to do now is so I've got my L'Oreal Castings 500, and I'm going to put it on the roots, and then I'm going to just like put it on the roots through all underneath, and then I'm just going to like pull some bits through. Literally, this is going to be on like, it's going to be a quick process because we're just using this to tone it rather than colour it in particularly. So we're going to just go on the roots, we're going to pull it down, we're going to pull some bits down through there, and then we're going to leave that for like 5 minutes, and then we're going to put the shower head on it and then massage it all through, just to use the 5 to just tone the rest of it, and then that's it. That's all we're doing. So I've put these castings into a bowl. So I've only done one side, remember, so I'm just gonna, so with this, I'm just gonna go a little bit at the front because obviously we want it to be lighter, and then I'm gonna come down and it will get a bit deeper there. And then we're literally just gonna, the lodge by the water's still my favorite place, and I could come every year and it wouldn't change. We are just going to go through now and just pull some bits through. Some of the bits that were like where they're a little bit warmer, clip that out of the way. Make sure that when you clip that out of the way, you don't mix the ends in with the roots. And I'm going to like literally pick. So we're literally just going to pull this down and pick out some bits that are the bits that I didn't highlight. Just to break that up a bit.
Competition to see who can trap for longer. Cause every year my body's getting stronger. We can swim all day and dance until the night, but we're not coming home till the moonlight shines, till the moonlight shines. Do 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 do. Let's go back to that little place where we used to go in the summer days. The lodge by the water's still my favorite place, and I could come every year and it wouldn't change.
Also, what I just decided to do last minute, and then I realised that I wasn't recording, is just make sure. I mean, I doubt you'll need to do this on your own hair because it will lift up a lot easier than a mannequin head does. But if you feel that you want to, at this point, I just got a bit of the bleach and I've just put a bit on the ends. You will obviously make sure that it doesn't mix in with the brown, but just to make sure that you get a little bit more brightness. But I'm pretty sure you can always obviously just message me when you're doing it and ask me what I think. But that, when I look at the mannequin, I just thought it needs just that tiny little bit more brightness. So I've just put a couple of bits of bleach on the real ends there. So I've put the dart through, and then just on the ends, I just wanted to put a few more bits of the bleach just to give that a real bit more brightness in places. So that is it, and that's probably just about ready to come off now. Right, let's wash that off. And so basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the shower head on it, and then I'm going to emulsify it just for a second. Well, in fact, I'm going to rinse the bleach out first off the bottom, and then I'm going to rinse that and then emulsify that down over the ends, literally for a couple of seconds, and then I'll wash it off. So I'll show you when I've done that. Okay, so, I mean, I'm not going to lie, even I am impressed with this. To take that copper, what we had, into this balayage is major impressive. Oh God, she's got a wobbly head. So you can see, I mean, that just looks so nice, so nice. One of the things I did want to say about balayage is you will always see, every picture people show you, it's always got the hair like that. And there is a reason for that, is because it looks completely different when the hair is straight. So I just wanted to show you that, just so that you know, when you wear it straight, it doesn't mean that it's bad balayage. It's just the reason why they do it like this, why you always have a curl, is because then you see the definition in the colours, because obviously you're curling it like that, and then the dark from the root underneath shines through, so you really notice the different colours. Whereas when you brush it straight, it all just blends in, which actually is a sign of a really good balayage, because you've got no lines. So that is a good balayage, but that is the reason why it looks different like that when it's curly. The reason why the pictures are always like that is because you've got that definition. You can see the dark root coming through, so it separates it and gives it a different look. But happy days. Any questions before you do it, just send me a text, but you're gonna have some fun with that, I'm telling you.